Well, once again, we welcome you back. Good afternoon. We apologize. A little bit of technical difficulty here. The sun's on us and a few challenges here to start things off. But the semifinal matchup, the 2025 Perfect Game Super Regional NIT here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Chris Allard with the call. The prospects are the home team, and GBG, the away team. We'll get you updated on what's happening here in just a moment. Well, let's get back to live action, getting you caught up here. It's a 1-1 count to the batter. We'll get you some information in a minute. Ball's hit to the left side in the gap. And a long hit here, rounding from second base and coming in to score is the batter, Bergen, number 4. And a single on the books and 2 runs like that. So back to back. Runner at first, and Ian Denny, the pitcher, will step in to face Henry Kuhnstiller, the right-hander for the prospects. And breaking ball in for the strike. The count's 0-1. No outs early on here. And ball at the plate. The count goes to 1-1. John, the umpire, he'll manage the game behind the plate, working with his partner, Reggie, and Nate from Perfect Game behind the backstop area, keeping things in check there. Kuhnstiller runs it inside, gets the strike call. The count is 1-2. Sunshine out here this afternoon. Wind is moderate at best. It's been pretty tough the last couple of days, but right now, perfect conditions. Kuhnstiller ready to deal. And the count is 1-2. It's fouled off by Denny, the 4-hitter. No outs here. And strike 3 called. Kuhnstiller deals one, and he'll get the K. And stepping in, the batter, Card, the left fielder, will step in with 1 out. And a strike call. Card lays off. Kuhnstiller runs it in on the inner third. He'll work ahead. The count is 0-1. And a ball there. The count goes to 1-1. And they're going to go to 2. They get the force there. Back to 1 in time. So well executed on the defensive side. They get the force at second, go 4-3 on the putout, and GBG will strike first. They put up 2. We'll head to the bottom of the first frame. Semifinals, the 2025 Perfect Game Super Regional NIT. Chris Allard with the call. We'll be right back. Well, once again, back to live action here. The ZT Prospects will get on the offensive side. Nateo Victoria will lead things off for the club. And on the defensive side, your pitcher of record, Ian Denny, he'll take care of things on the hill. And the catcher, Jose Silguero. Over on the first base side, Negron at first, over at second. Bergen will be at second. Over on the third base side, Lewis. And shortstop is Matthews. In left field, Connor Card. Center field will be Clarino. And rounding things out on the right side, Para. That's a defensive set for GBG as they send it down to second base. Silguero fires it down, and Monster Victoria will step in. We're in the bottom of the first frame. And the Prospects will get on the offensive side. So Victoria will step in as our umpire, John, will set the table. We're ready to roll here, the bottom of the first. Semi-final matchup, a must-win situation here to move on. You win, you get to the show. You lose, you go home. And a ball out. The count is 1-0. And Victorio hit by pitch, so he'll get on the hard way and find himself down at first base. And stepping in, Brody Taylor. Brody Taylor had a 3-run bomb as Taylor, high pop-up, like to have that back as the shortstop second baseman rolls in. He'll pull it in. And an out there. So they get their first out on the books, and that'll bring up Jordan Leon. Early on, if you're joining us here this afternoon, semifinal matchup. The 2025 Perfect Game, Las Vegas Super Regional NIT semifinal matchup as Jordan Leon steps in. Ball at the plate, the count is 1-0. High fly ball, Jordan Leon. Center fielder's got to go a long way, and the grab is made. But tagging up is... And the ball out, the count's 2-0 to Barberena with Victorio parked at third and 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the first frame. ZT's the home team, they get the bottom half. And a strike call gets the outside part of the plate. The count goes to 2-1. And a ball to the left side, third baseman roaming off. That ball's going out of play there. Into the dirt track area towards the fence, no play. And a 2-2 count to Barberena here with 2 outs. So the Prospects trying to just convert a run here and get on the books here in the bottom half. Well hit ball right up the middle, and Blake Barberena stays hot here today as he rounds first and gets on board with a single and an RBI. So Barberena brings one over in Victorio and finds himself on board with an RBI. It's a 2-1 affair. Stepping in, Jimmy Stout. Stout looking to get a knock himself to continue here in the inning. On the other side, looking to get out. As the pitcher, Ian Denny, gives up one to Barberena. Barberena with a modest lead on the first base side. Runner on the move. A one hopper down the line is trouble there, and Barberena going into third, and like that, a double steal as the ball gets through to center field. So, and a big play there for the prospects and an opportunity for Jimmy Stout. And the count is 1-0 for Jimmy Stout. So the prospects here knocking on the door with 2 outs. Ball is out. The count goes to 2-0. So Stout not chasing there. Jimmy, hard hit ball. That's going to get through, and the shortstop looked like he had it in his glove, and then it kind of came out. And a good effort nonetheless over there for Matthews, but Jimmy Stout will get the RBI, and we're at a tie game here. So a 2-2 affair in the bottom of the first frame, and they're going to run for Jimmy Stout, the catcher of record, and Mason Moeller will step in and run. So Manavong steps in. Ball is up. The count's 1-0. Manavong, high fly ball. That ball's deep. Center fielder's backing up. Should be able to pull it. And no, to the fence line. And here comes Moeller. He's going to have to go hard. They're going to throw it in. Moeller is going to be safe at home. So a big play, and Manavong goes deep to the 388 fence line in the batter's eye down there in center field. So Manavong pulls the trigger. And the prospects will move ahead here on the double and the RBI. So Badar will step in with Manavong over at second, and Matthews in his back pocket as Badar ball gets away at the plate, and Manavong will move up 90 feet to third. Counts 1-0. So Badar with an opportunity here. Has Denny ready to deal. Pitch on the way. And a ball's upstairs. The count is 2-0. And a ball at the plate. And the count is 3-0. So a 3-0 count to Badar as he steps back in, and Manavong down at third for the prospects. And a ball out, ball 4. So Badar gets on with a walk. And that'll bring up Cameron Walters. So Walters will step in. And runners at the corners and a visit to the mound. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So Cameron Walters will step back in. The prospect's leading this one on a production work from the offensive side, and high fly ball and 2 outs. That should do it there. And that'll take care of things there. But the prospects, they get on the board, they move ahead. It's a 3-2 affair. We'll head to the second. We'll be right back. Go back to live action. We're ready to roll here as we're in the top of the second, 3-2. And the batter stepping in, number 15, Joe Silguro, the catcher. Ball's hit hard, left side, gets on board. And rounding second, and is on his way. There'll be no throw at second. And Silguro gets on board with a double. Clarino steps in, the 7-hitter, with Silguro over on the second base side. Pitch on the way. Kunsteller upstairs. The count's 1-0. And a strike called at the plate. As I mentioned, our head umpire, John, today working with his partner, Reggie, on the infield. Two-man crew here. The strike called. Kunsteller will even things up. It's a 1-1 count. And Henry running it outside, fastball. And the count is 2-1. Manavong and Barberena. Barberena the second base side, close on the bag, and Manavong ranged up. Pop up off the plate, and Jordan Leon all the way to the fence line, and that ball's out of play. So Kunsteller evens things up with a 2-2 count here. Sunshine, warm temperatures here this afternoon as we're heading towards the 3 p.m. hour on Championship Saturday. Semifinal matchup here in the 14U Majors division. And a balk called from Kunsteller. And Silguro will move up to third. So now Kuhnsteller, he put himself on the rubber twice and then he stepped off and he locked himself on and he turned his hand to the right side towards second and he just gave away a run. Once he put his foot on, he was set, and a huge mistake for Kuhnsteller. And the game is tied at 3-3, and the count is full at 3-2. And the ball popped up and out of play. And the ball's foul as D picks that up. They'll bring that back in, and Clarino will step back in the box. The 7-hitter. Barberena, he'll grab it across there in time. So a 4-3 put out on the books. And the Prospects will get the out there, the first one here in the top half. Stepping in the batter, Lish, the third baseman. High fly ball, right side. Moving to his right, Victoria will pull it in. And a high fly out. And Monster will pull that in. And 2 outs on the books for Kuhnsteller and the Prospects. Parra steps in, the right fielder. And the count is 1-0. Perfect pitch there for Kuhnsteller. The count is 1-1. Ball low, the count goes to 2-1. Slow roller, Manavong gloves it in time. 6-3 on the official scorecard there. Manavong takes care of it to Badar. But a mistake and an error off the mound, 2 balks, and a run comes over. It's a 3-3 tie. The Prospects will get on the offensive side. We'll be right back. Well, back to live action here. Nate Handley-White will step in. Nate ready to go, and staying on the hill will be Ian Denny for GBG. We're in the bottom of the second. It's a 3-3 tie. Semi-final matchup here. Must win to move on, get a shot at the title. Pitch on the way. And change up there, and the count is 1-0. Ball low. 1-1 count. Well hit ball, left side, left fielder backing up. That ball's got some carry to it, and that ball is fair. And in with the stand-up double is Nate Hanley-White. So Nate gets into it. And a well-hit ball deep to the left side. He finds himself on board with a double. And that'll bring in Monster Victorio. So Nateo will step in. And Nate over at second. Matthews in his back pocket, and a strike called there on Nateo, and the count is 0-1. Ball upstairs. The count goes to 1-1. Victorio, one hopper. And he'll get the out there, but moving over 90 feet is Nate over to third. And one out, and Brody Taylor just looking for a knock here with Nate over on the third base side. Brody Taylor back up the middle. He'll get on board with an RBI single. So line drives are your friends here, and in this case, Brody Taylor takes advantage, goes right back up the middle with a hard hit ball, and Nate will score from third. The Prospects will move ahead 4-3. Jordan Leon will step in. One out. Throw back over to the first base side. Taylor gets back in. Coach Sam down on the first base side for the Prospects, and Trey working third base. Carlos Avila, the head coach, skipper of the club, inside the dugout. Swing and a miss, runner goes. And Brody moves up. And a swing and strike at the plate. The count is 0-1 to Jordan Leon. Well hit ball. It's got some carry in the gap. That's deep. And no play there along the fence line. And Brody Taylor had to be patient. He was halfway, and with the ball, which looking like should have been a routine grab, was not. And Taylor just had to wait. Otherwise, he might have had a chance to score from second. So runners at first and second for Blake Barbarena. A correction, second and third with Jordan in a double. And Brody over on the third base side. Ball missing. The count's 1-0. Ball's out. The count's 2-0. And a strike on the inside. The count goes to 2-1. So Denny makes the adjustment. Brody at third. Leon at second. And a ball's pulled foul over to the GBG dugout. Ball out. Three-two count. Hard hit ball, second baseman. Oh, trouble there, in and out. Here comes one. Leon with excellent speed easily will cruise in home. So a hard hit ball for Barberena, on board with a single and 2-run RBI. The Prospects get their 5th and 6th run here in the bottom of the second as John takes care of things at home plate. And Jimmy Stout will step in. And the count is 1-0. With Barberena at first. Denny ready to deal from the stretch. Pitch on the way. Ball is out. And the count is 2-0. Jimmy's had a solid tournament thus far, playing behind the plate and catching and making things happen for his crew. Everybody contributing here today to get to the semis. The 2-0 pitch. Throw back over to first, and Denny with a high throw. And that could have gone over the head of Negron, who's over on first base. A little bit of dust. Barberena shaking that off, and Stout will step back in. Ball's upstairs. The count goes to 3-0. So Stout patient at the plate. And upstairs, ball 4. So Jimmy disciplined, not biting on the pitch upstairs, and on board with a walk. So Barberena moves over 90 feet to second. Jimmy over on the first base side, and Manavong will step in. A visit out to the mound. You're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game Super Regional NIT here in Las Vegas. Chris Allard with the call. We will be right back. And Manavong looks at ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Moeller running over on the first base side, and B showing bunt there. A long hold for Denny, a couple of looks, pitch on the way. Upstairs, Manavong lays off, the count's 2-0. Runners go. Third base, a high throw. The tag is on and out at third. So Barberena was on the move, but a good defensive play and thrown out at third. So the runner is out. Excuse me. Ball 4, Manavong down the line. And runners at first and second. Bedar steps in with 2 outs. And the count's 1-0 to Bedard. And D takes a swing on the outside, and that gets through for Denny. On a changeup there, the count's 1-1. And a strike called at the plate. Bedard takes a look. The count is 1-2. Bedard, second baseman. Should be a routine play there, and it is. They'll turn it over. They leave a couple on, but the prospects move out in front here in the bottom of the second frame. It's 6-3 over GBG in the semifinal matchup here in the 2025 Las Vegas Super Regional. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Well, as we're ready to go here in the top of the third, Jimmy Stout sends it down to second base, and Kunsteller will be ready to go here. And stepping in, back to the top of the order, Matthews. So Matthews steps in, and John puts it in play. We're ready to go. And a ball at the plate. And back to back. The count is 2-0. Beautiful afternoon here as we're just slightly past the 3 p.m. hour this afternoon. And that gets through over on the third base side. Leon rolled to his left. And Manavong tried to back him up, but it just snuck through. And on board with a single is Matthews. Stepping in, Bergen, the second baseman. And he did not go at the plate, says John. The count's 1-0. And Jimmy Stout is going to have a visit out to the mound, and the skipper, Carlos Avila, wants to have a word with Kunsteller as to settle things down here with a 6-3 lead in the top of the third frame. quick word with Henry to make sure he's okay. And Coach Carlos saying, hey, look at you got this, man. Let's go. Kunsteller is an excellent pitcher. And I think he might have carried a little bit of frustration off of the mound at the last half when he got called for a balk and then a balk again as he reset off the rubber, and just kind of questioning like what's going on. But he seems fine. Some motivation there from his guys here. The 1-0 pitch. High fly ball, right side, and no tag there, and Victorio showing his versatility out on the right field side, and Mateo pulls it in. So Henry and the prospects get the out. And stepping in is Negron, the first baseman. And a good-looking pitch there for Henry, a changeup, and leads off with a strike. The count is 0-1. And Jimmy with a good grab behind the dish. And the count is 1-1. And they call a balk on Kunsteller. And so the infield umpire, Reggie, makes the call. Runner moves up. Slow roller. And Henry gets the out there. So 2 down. And stepping in, Ian Denny, the pitcher. Runner at second, pitch on the way. And the count is 1-0. And a 2-0 count. And 3-0 count. And Henry, fastball, runs it in, gets the strike called, and the count is 3-1. So Kunsteller settling in here with a 3-1 pitch forthcoming. Pitch on the way. High fly ball in the gap, backing up, center field, pulls it in. So Brody Taylor does his thing, and Kunsteller gets out of it. And they'll leave one on the bags, and the prospects go the bottom of the third. 6-3 lead. We'll be right back. Well, we'll bring it back in here. We're ready to roll here in the bottom of the third frame. 6-3 prospects as John cleans off home plate, get a good line of sight, and we'll be ready to rock and roll here in the third as Denny stays on the hill and Cameron Walters will step in for the prospects. And a ball missing there. The count is 1-0 to Cameron Walters. Cameron's had a good tournament so far. And looking to try to get things started here for his guys in the bottom frame. Ball upstairs, fastball. The count's 2-0. And a strike there at the plate. Denny makes the adjustment, runs the low part of the zone. Gets the strike called. The count goes to 2-1. Hard hit ball right to the second baseman. You don't have to go too far there. But a good barrel nonetheless. And Bergen will pick it up. And the out's recorded, 1 down. Nate will step in. Change up there, swing and a miss. The count's 0-1. Nate, center field, ball's in the gap. Right fielder's coming a long way and pulls it in. So Parra for GBG will pick up the second out. And Victoria will step in with the bases empty here. Bottom of the third, 6-3 prospects. And Neteo pulls it foul. And the count is 0-1. So Victoria back in with a 1-1 count. Ball low and out. The count goes 2-1. Victoria, high pop up. Off of the third base side. He'll pull it in. And a 1-2-3 inning for GBG. The prospects will get on the defensive side. We'll be right back. we're ready to roll here. As heading into the top of the fourth. And GBG will go 5, 6, 7 hitters here. And Card will step in the left fielder to face Kunsteller as Henry's ready to go here. John puts it in. It's game time. Right side. And a good grab there. Barbareno, Kunsteller, 1 pitch, 1 out. And Barbarena didn't have to go too far, a little to his left. And that'll bring up the 6 hitter, Salguero. And a ball low, the count's 1-0. Slow roller. Henry will make the play from there. And a good defensive play. So Kunsteller, good work off of the mound as Henry rolls off and gets the out himself. Clarino will step in with the bases empty. And Henry just missing out. And the count is 1-0. And a good pitch there. Henry makes the adjustment and comes in and evens it up. It's a 1-1 count. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth frame. And a ball's popped up, swung on, fouled straight back. And Henry will work ahead here to 1-2 strikes on Clarino, the 7 hitter. And good gathering for Manavong. Good play there. A 6-3 put out. A hard hit ball, but Manavong with a good glove makes the play. And a 1-2-3 inning for Kunsteller. So Henry's dialed in. And the prospects will get on the offensive side. Well, back to live action. We're ready to go here as Brody Taylor will step in the bottom of the fourth frame. Brody pops it up and behind the plate. And a good grab there. So solid defensive play right in front of me. Here on the fence line. So Salguero pulls it in. And 1 out on the books. Jordan Leon will step in. Jordan, hard hit ball, backside, backhand grab attempt over on the shortstop side. A good effort nonetheless for Matthews, but not able to reel it in, and Jordan Leon down the line quickly, on board with the single to bring up Blake Barberena. So Blake will step in here with one out. And Ian Denny staying on the hill for GBG. Hard hit ball, left side will drop in for a single. So Barberena continuing to stay hot here. A line drive to the left side. And Blake gets on board with runners at first and second, and that might be it for Denny as a visit out to the mound. And that's going to be it. Coach takes the ball from Denny. Pitching change coming up. We'll be right back. So a pitching change for GBG. Aiden Parra will step in, the right fielder, and facing Jimmy Stout. So runners at first and second, Barberena and Leon. And Jimmy will step in. Ball to the right side, right fielder backing up, tailing to his right, that'll drop in. And they'll cut it in, and on board with a single, Jimmy Stout. So Manavong will step in with the bases loaded. And Manavong looks at strike one. Ball's low. The count goes to 1-1. One out. We're in the fourth. Time called. B will step out. Ball low. And the count goes to 2-1. And foul tip. Fouled straight back and a 2-2 count. And that ball's up. The count goes to 3-2. Base is loaded. And D takes a cut there, and Parra will work ahead. The count is 0-1. D right side. That ball could drop in for a single, and it does. And here comes Barbarena, and Badar on board with a single and an RBI. So Badar picks up the 8th run for the club, and the bases remain loaded for Cameron Walters. Jimmy Stout over on the third base spot, Manavong at second, Badar at first. Parra ready to deal, pitch on the way. And a well-hit ball left side, and a solid rip to the fence line for Cam Walters. And Walters gets on board with a single and a 2-run RBI. So runs 9 and 10 come across. And Nate Handley-White will step in. And a strike for Parra on the inner half of the plate, and the count is 0-1. And a ball up, the count goes even to 1-1. Shortstop side should be a routine play. Fielder's choice there. There's one. And a double play. My apologies there. It was a 6-4-3. And they turn the side over. But the prospects, they bring over a few extras. It's 10-3. We'll head to the bottom. Our top of 5. Thank you. Well, Coach Sam taking a couple tosses from Kuhnsteller as Jimmy gets geared up and ready to go here. And Henry will take the prospects into the top of the 5th frame here with a 10-3 lead. As Henry gets a couple more tosses in, we'll be ready to go. Once again, just a reminder, the 2025 Perfect Game Super Regional NIT here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Chris Allard with the call. It's been a great tournament so far, and I'd like to extend a happy Easter Sunday tomorrow as the tournament wraps up here today. Semifinal matchup. Winner moves on to the show. You get a crack at the title. As John will put it in play, we are ready to go here. She steps in. Back up the middle. And Lacey gets on board with a single to start things off. The 8-9-1 hitters, Aiden Parra taking over on the hill, will step in and face Henry for the second time. Parra hits in the 9 spot with Leish over at first. And a good pitch there. Henry works ahead. The count's 0-1. And Parra chopped in the foul right in the box towards his ankle. And he'll shake that off. And the count is 0-2 as Aiden takes a moment. And he'll step back in. Fastball upstairs. The count is 1-2. They go one there. They get the advance and in time. 6-4-3 on the books and a well-executed double play as Jordan Leon initiated it. And Barbarena finished it off to Badar. Back to the top, and Matthews steps in. Henry works ahead. The changeup, the count's 0-1. Center field, Brody Taylor, he'll pull that in. And the prospects, another good inning for Kunsteller. They go 1-2-3.
Anything from Swig?
Where are you going?
Swig. It's like a soda shop. It's like dirty soda.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like I don't care, just any flavored thing. Dr. Pepper or something? That's 5, yeah, right? Yeah, so they need 1, yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah, so 13, yeah, you're right. Cool, thank you, Nate, I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Well, we're ready to go here as we get things started off in the bottom of the 5th. 10-3 prospects. And Parra will get things started. And the count is 1-0. And a 2-0 count to Victorio. John puts it back in play, pitch on the way. And ball's out, the count's 3-0 to Victorio. 3:35 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and ball 4 So a 4-pitch walk for the leadoff man, Victorio. And Brody Taylor will step in for the Prospects. Ball's inside. The count's 1-0. Ball's up. The count goes to 2-0. Prospects are the home team here in the bottom of the 5th. Ball out. The count goes to 3-0. Strike call on the inside. Aiden makes the adjustment. And the count is 3-1 to Taylor. Brody steps back in. Ball 4. So Taylor gets on board with a walk. And runners at first and second for the Prospects. And Jordan Leon will step in. Hard hit ball, left side. That ball is deep. That ball's got some energy. And that ball is gone. Jordan Leon will walk it off here in a run roll. And he'll clear the bags. A 3-shot bomb to left field. And that'll wrap it up. So the Prospects will finish things up here with Jordan Leon's launching it out of the park. And a solid play there to finish things up. The Prospects will move on to the show, and GBG, fine showing here. And just to say this, GBG, they came with 9 players, and they did everything they could leaving it out there. An excellent organization, and Garcia Parra and his club, they will live to play another day. A good tournament, though. He gets to the semis. Kuhnsteller gets the win, and good outing for him. Thanks to John, our head umpire, his partner, Reggie. The Prospects, they get to the show. This one's officially in the books. Championship match coming up next. I will bring it to you live. For now, the Prospects, they get into the main event. We'll be right back with the championship matchup here from Las Vegas.